Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As just announced, uh, I would like to take this opportunity in the presence of this distinguished guest to first congratulate Sandesh Bab for a beautifully researched, analyzed book which is so educative, so informative of the electoral politics of Goa. Right from the first election, because as we all know, Goa was liberated much later, so the political, uh, electoral politics started also later, much later than other parts of our country. It has got a deep insight. I don't know how many of you all have read it. I will not take it for granted if you have not read it. If there is anything from the book that you would like to ask, I think we can do it later when it is thrown open. I would, Sandesh Bab, is there anything particularly you would like to say about the book?
No, I won't say anything much about the book. Uh, Actually, I had no plans even to release this book, but just to, announce and send it in the market, because there's nothing great in this book in that sense. It is basically a ready reckoner for the political activists, journalists, or whoever is interested. Nothing more than that, and little bit of research, nothing much, because the time I spent on the other book, which is Ajib Goa's Gajab Politics, is actually in a way with a perspective and researched in many aspects, not just one, but it is basically a history of politics of land of 7,000 years. Land is a big issue. Dean is here. Everybody has been fighting for land even today. Okay, Goa Bachao Abhiyan is fighting, and we think that suddenly land is on sale, but not so. For the last 7,000 years, this has been going on, and from that point of view, comparatively, this book uh, doesn't have much research or with a perspective, like how that was perspective to in terms of
That
land.
could have been Goan oriented, but this is politically oriented
Yeah, politically,
because it has got a
yeah,
lot of data.
data is there.
Though I knew much of the data, but
Yeah.
it became
Only thing it became suddenly when I started writing the book, I found something, the demography is changing very fast in South Goa, where I had to research a bit. And that I found little interesting, and maybe because of that the book became popular, only because of that. Otherwise it is just run through, nothing major in that sense. Yes, there are interesting things, like when I gave a list of freedom fighters who fought and lost, hardly 2 or 3 freedom fighters have won.
but never re-won again.
Yeah, so those things people found it very interesting. Or initially how there were 2 nominated MPs for Goa, and one was Dr. Pundlik Gaitonde, who was a freedom fighter. And there was another one who was Dr. Antonio Culasso, against whom the freedom fighters protested because he was pro-Portuguese, and how that whole thing went on. And all those things I have just documented in the book. So from that point of view, it is a little interesting how BJP came up. The only interesting thing in that
How
book,
Congress also
Trajan,
came up.
Congress also, yes. Congress had lost initially 2-3 elections, and
Congress and BJP both came up on the piggy bank of regional parties.
But most interesting part, which I have said in that book, is that there is one political party which started with Lok Sabha elections, made an impact in Goa, and then came to power in Goa, that is BJP. They started with national issue like Ram Janmabhoomi and Hindutva and all these things, and through that party emerged in Goa. Otherwise, I think when you were in with BJP. I mean, at that time it was Janasangh Janata Party.
Janata
They were
Party.
getting hardly 2 or
Yes.
3%. Many people asked me, I just forgot to mention it, that when Nilankur contacted me and said how the program should go on, normally journalists come and interview a person. Now I am a journalist, why journalists should interview me? So I thought that some politician should interview me. Then who? Question comes who? Then I thought of Trajan. Many people ask me also, some politicians also ask me, why Trajan? Trajan is because for the last 40 years, if I am not mistaken, he has been there in politics and started with right and right to left, center, everything he is there. He started with BJP. That time there was no BJP. It was Janasangh, Janata Party time, 1977
Janata Party,
election.
Janata
Janata Party. But basically he was with Ravi Zogrekar, who was a well-known RSS organizer. Then Kashinath Parab, and your guru. You always say that he is your guru, Jivai Bhandare. Okay. They were not getting votes, but Jivai Bhandare was a very interesting personality. So he started with them, then with Dr. Willi, then in Congress, out of Congress, Goa Congress, Rajiv Congress, all such things. Then he was also with AAP. He was also now with TMC.
Not with AAP, with Goa Forward.
Goa Forward, sorry, not AAP.
Yes, sir.
Goa Forward. He was with Goa Forward, then he is now with TMC. So many politicians, so many political parties he has seen, and so many elections he has seen from different angles. So I thought that Trajan will be a right person when it is basically about history. So that's why I thought that Trajan should interview me. And first time, all this time, हांव ताका घाम काडटालो. आज तो म्हाका घाम काडटलो.
Okay, now I think most of the audience will be more interested to understand the analysis of the recently held Lok Sabha elections. Now, you have made a study on that. You have analyzed. Can we start by South Goa, and can you?
You were supposed to start with the
1 minute. Okay. See, now the
just
book,
because you should
the
not
book,
forget.
the book, the name of the book is Double Engine. It gives this thought to me that the brainwashing of the Modi Sarkar is so powerful that even it took a character who is totally open-minded, who cannot be termed as a Andhabhakt of the BJP. He got trapped into that and also named the book as Double Engine Sarkar. Now, Double Engine Sarkar, and when I read the book of his, he shows how the Union Territory was controlled by the center. Then he showed how Congress governments at the state would be controlled by the Congress central government. So if the local government is controlled by the central government, how do you call it Double Engine Sarkar? It is one engine Sarkar, dusra is the bogie. It is just being followed. There is no question of any, because where there is non-BJP state governments, the central government is not allowing them to function. So it is not a double engine Sarkar, it is a single engine Sarkar. It falls into that thought process of one nation, one election, one government, and one everything. So therefore, Sandesh Babu, I believe that name of that is a misnomer.
Good political statement, suits a TMC person. But we journalists can't analyze everything from your party points of view. I called it in that book, Ajib Goa's Gajab Politics, I called it UT mentality. Actually, UT means Union Territory. And now this Union Territory mentality, which has been there in Goa, now people okay, maybe BJP or somebody, people have called it double engine. So I thought that term is very interesting. So it attracts, oh, double engine, I'll buy this book. So we are journalists, we go by headlines. If headline is good, then people pick up the paper. So it's that. But more interesting than that, Trajan, is that I don't agree with you that it is one engine and a bogie. Okay. Just because, okay, today it is NDA government. Till yesterday it was, for all practical purposes, it was BJP government, Bharatiya Janata Party, at the center. In Goa, actually, who is ruling, according to you? Who is ruling Goa right now?
According to me,
Yeah.
this government is totally under the tutelage of the central government.
No, it is Bharatiya Janata Party of Congress which is ruling Goa.
If you say that, then there was no Congress in Goa. It was the Congress MGP in Goa.
Whatever. It was Congress MGP. No, no, it was not Congress MGP. It was UG and MGP.
But no.
Babu Naik, Wilfred D'Souza and all, they came from United Goans Party to Congress. And Pratap Singh Rane and all
Brought
these
from
people,
MGP.
They came from MGP.
Yes. And finally
So
Ravi Naik and everybody was brought in.
Yeah.
And that became more of an MGP party.
No, more because of Willie was never MGP.
No. I said as
So it was MGP and UGP.
Dr. Pramod Sawant is not a congressman.
No.
He's a BJP man. But that you want to call BJP Congress government?
Yeah.
When I want to say it's a Congress MGP government was running.
That Congress.
It was not a Congress government.
But
who was Pratap Singh
what I
Rane,
am
the first
saying
chief minister?
basically
The first chief minister, 1 minute sir. The first chief minister of the Congress government was an MGP man. That is not happening in the BJP. The Congress man has not become the chief minister.
Yeah.
Please.
And the deputy chief minister was from United Goans Party.
Yes.
Dr.
Of course.
Wilfred D'Souza.
Yes. Okay. The question is, this is going to happen. This is the state which is going to happen even to BJP.
So
once they lose control of the center,
that is not
you
a
will see that
point.
they all will go back wherever they have to go.
That is not a point. I just put a small blob on the back cover. Let me read it out. Then you'll realize why I'm saying it double engine in that sense. It's a little different than what double engine we have all over India. Let me just read it. The double engine formula, which actually means being in agreement with the center, was a necessity of Goa when we were Union Territory. Even Goa's budget was passed by the Parliament. Its presentation in the Goa Assembly was a mere formality. Since then, the mindset of all the politicians has been set. They feel Goa can prosper only with the blessings of the center. Even after Goa attained statehood in 1987, this Union Territory mentality continues. Today, we call it double engine formula. But it's basically a dependent mentality. It doesn't reflect directly in the Lok Sabha polls of Goa. Let me repeat it. It doesn't reflect directly in the Lok Sabha polls of Goa, but the political strategies of Goan politicians certainly change when the government ruling through the Lok Sabha changes. In that sense, the Goa governments are ruled till date by the Lok Sabha. So this double engine is little different.
Therefore I said, those states that are not BJP states are not prepared to say they are double engine and they are not bowing down to the center. You see? And in fact, the center is harassing them, even to release funds, which are justified. However, now let's understand the Goa's Lok Sabha elections. Can you enlighten what are your analysis and what are the takeaways of these results? I think we can start with South Goa.
Yeah, what exactly on South Goa you asked
See,
me? I can keep the mic like this and speak. No? This is more than
I also can keep it. I got
Yeah.
a lot of worse than yours. So, see, what I have observed is that everybody is analyzing how Congress won. That means the expectation was that it was going out of hands. That was my expectation. It was going out of hands. When you try to look at it, because when you see the organization was totally absent in any form, in any taluka, whether it is the Murmunga taluka, whether it is the Salche taluka, whether it is the Ponda taluka, Darbandra, Sangye, Kanpona, no organization. But yet, the India Alliance won. Can you explain how is this all happening?
I had said, in fact, somebody from the family of Depos only had asked me after Pallavi Depos' candidature was announced that what is your prediction? And I had told him that if the booth management of BJP works, which they have very well, I mean, they are really very well organized. All there is Mahila Morcha and all these things are also in place. They have Panna Pramukh for each page.
For each page, yes.
Each page there are people. Okay. Each one page or two pages or something like that. There is one person. And Tani Fakti ki Pana te tya jerasa titles voters they have to look after. Right that they work. Well neat organization. So that booth management works, then BJP will win. But if people's aspiration overscore the booth management, then nobody can stop Congress from winning. It was so clear. It is not Congress per se, I would say, in South Goa what happened.
Yes, yes.
It is not Congress per se because Congress people, they didn't even reach the voter. There was nobody to work. Okay. But people came out and voted for Congress, not for the love of Congress, okay, or India Alliance in that sense. But basically people didn't want BJP. That was very clear.
Very clear.
And it was just not minorities. Okay, minorities are declining, especially the Christian is declining, and that is what I have analyzed in that. And I had said very clearly, even till today, we don't know what is the exact voter population of Christians in South Goa. Because when I started finding out about these things, there were no official figures I was getting of Christians opting for Portuguese citizenship. Then I realized that it is just not people who are in Swindon or in UK, but more than that, there are people in Goa. They are living in Goa, they are working in Goa, they are running their business in Goa, or they are having some profession in the professional work they are doing. Maybe a lawyer also, a doctor also. All these people, they are there. They are not gone to UK, but they have taken Portuguese citizenship for the prospects of their children. I found out from the church also, tried to find out from the parishes. Okay, but in parishes also they don't have exact numbers. And that number was not matching with other numbers, the actual numbers by the population. And that is because these people are not telling the priests or anybody also that they have opted for Portuguese citizenship. The main thing is what the minute you opt for Portuguese citizenship, the first thing is that you lose your voting right. So much so that I was, Bishop made an appeal that there is a Velankani train and nobody should go to Velankani on the day of elections. And still there was a news that so many people, when they boarded the train. I don't know, I have not found out, but I'm quite sure that they are Portuguese citizens. They are not voters. And that's why they said, this is the best time. They won't be rushed. So yeah, I'm Velankani also. Na like picnic picnic voting they are not voters. So we don't know the exact number. Mujhkode jo number asa ta jo poilo there was one election commission doesn't give you religion wise breakup or caste wise breakup except OBC, SC, ST. Okay, te sodun ani konash kai dina. Then they give that age wise and male, female and all youth and it. So in 2017, one of my friends, Vivek Moradekar, he is quite close to right-wing organization, BJP and all. He's my very good friend and he's a good IT professional. He had done one, gone through the electoral roll and all, thorough research. And he had prepared that breakup, Hindus, Muslims, Christians. But that was 2017. Then I came to know that for the Muslim community, one IT agency from Bangalore had conducted a similar kind of exercise. So I got that. That was very close to 2024. So based on that, I have made the analysis. Okay, even I recently wrote an article in my website, goanews.com, where I said that it is not Congress, but it is basically the RG, Revolutionary Goans Party, damaged BJP. And that's why Congress won. which is a fact. Many people think that there's a propaganda going on. Okay, from your India alliance, the propaganda is there that RGP is a B team of BJP. Okay, maybe they started as a B team of BJP, but today they are damaging BJP everywhere, even in the north, even in the south. Okay, they have damaged BJP like anything, and that is how Congress won, and that is the basic thing of this South Goa election. And I don't have the exact number, but based on that 2019 religion-wise breakup, yes, minorities voted, but minorities are hardly 38% or something like that, the Christians and Muslims together, okay, based on 2019. Now it may be less also. And by the way, the population of Christians by census population doesn't match with the voters, because the Muslim community which comes, all of them are not voters. At least 15-20% or maybe more are not voters. Okay, but BJP does that exercise. Whenever a migrant Hindu comes, immediately they are given voter card and all. This is done. Others are not doing it. Okay, that is election politics and political game. They are working very well on that. So this population is based on 2019. In spite of that, everywhere I find it. Okay, I can tell you if you want the breakup also.
You got it.
Yeah, that for example in Salset itself, you can say that in Nume there are 18% Hindus and BJP got 13% votes. In Kurtori there are 33% Hindus and BJP got 27%. Fatodda 51% got 44%. Margao 59% got 51%. Okay, just see, and then let me. This is Salset, especially Salset. Salset, I am telling you. Benavali there are 17%, they got 13%. Naveli there are 43% Hindus. Naveli is almost now equal and more Hindus. Naveli is a Hindu-dominated constituency, but not the Muslims are also got. Okay, but Naveli there are 43% and they got 34% vote. In Kukoli there are 44%, they got 34% votes. In Veli there are 25% and they got 18% votes. Now this is in Salset. The similar trend you will find in Mormugao and everywhere. Maybe you are having an impression, I mean, you will have an impression that, okay, in the hinterland, in other areas, people, Hindus vote for BJP. No, that is not a this thing. In Mormugao it is 76%. It's fully Hindu-dominated constituency. They got only 55%. In Vasco, 68% Hindus, 54% votes for BJP. In Daboli, there are 71% Hindus. Daboli is a new area now with all kind of things, the bungalows to small houses. 71% and BJP got 55%. In Kortali, 54% Hindus. Okay, Kortali is also now, Kortali is no more a Christian-dominated constituency. Yeah, and they got 41%. Now let's go to the new conquest. You know what is new conquest? Basically the remaining talukas which were conquered by the Portuguese, and after that there was no religious conversion. Okay, so in Fonda taluka there are 81% Hindus and BJP got 59% votes. In Kepe taluka 66% Hindus, they got 48%. In Sangye there are 80% Hindus, they got 61% vote. In Kanpur there are 79%, means of course almost 80%, they got 60% votes. So it is not that only the minorities, Christians and Muslims voted for Congress or for RGP, or RGP also got quite a lot of votes, but they did not vote for BJP.
So Sandesh Bab, what you are trying to say that the South has been won because of the minority is a myth. It is not. It is
no. It is
not
just
the truth.
Minorities had no choice. Okay, but here if this picture is saying, I made just like the double engine. Let me hire one more slogan of BJP, but and put it in a different way. I am from South Goa. I am from Kanpur. I am a proud Hindu. I am a proud Hindu who doesn't vote for Hindutva, but vote for secularism.
Correct.
Okay, and that kind of Hindu, that kind of Christian, that kind of Muslim, or that kind of citizen of India we need today.
Correct.
Who will not go for hate politics. Now there are two kinds of hate politics which is going on in Goa. One thing is religious, Okay, religion hate politics. And second thing is Goan, non-Goan. This migrant is against the migrant, no matter which religion they belong. So that kind of hate politics. People did not vote for this hate politics. People voted for secular India. And that is the crux, and that was the main thing in South Goa, without coming back to your question, without having any base, any work by the Congress, Viriato got so many votes. I was really doubtful that Viriato may not win. Okay. Because if this booth management and then Ram Mandir and all this fanaticism, religious fanaticism, that becomes dominant, then it is very difficult, because South Goa is no more, at one time it was a Christian dominated constituency, Christians mattered. Because I'll tell you what happened, especially in South or overall, we have old conquests, right? 8 in Salset, 8 assembly segments, 4 in Murmugaon, 12, 5 in Tiswadi, 17, and 7 in Bardej, 24. These 24 constituencies, there are either Christians are majority or it is a large vote bank, even in places like Shivoli and Thibi. Okay, they may not be, they are still, right from the beginning, they were Hindu dominated, but majority and sizable. This makes 24 constituencies out of 40, more than 50%, more than a half. And that is of 4 talukas. In the remaining 8 talukas, there are only 16 constituencies, which are fully Hindu dominated. So, because of that, even Manohar Parrikar had to give up even his soft Hindutva and give a slogan of good governance. And at one time he won over the church also and came to power. But basically he realized that Hindutva doesn't work in Goa. It is without Hindus, Christians and Muslims, you cannot form the government in Goa. But that situation was changing in South Goa. I was a little scared because of that. But still that thing, I was getting that feel everywhere, that people are not for Hindutva. And that's why I'm saying I'm a proud Hindu.
What you spoke about Goa, I think this has reflected all India. We must accept one position, that Hindus have been a majority in this country for right ever since independence. And if secularism thrived, we should not forget that it is the majority community that managed to keep secularism, and it is they who voted against this hate politics. And that also happened in Goa.
Give us 2 minutes and we'll come.
Since it's dark, can we ask questions or? No, I just want to know whether we do it now or later on, that's all.
Yeah, after we finish.
After yes, please.
Yeah.
So I was coming to that. That means that only the minorities are keeping secularism has to be got very correctly. And as Sandesh Baba just now explained, how the majority community has voted in Goa, in South Goa, otherwise it was not possible for the Congress to win. And without any organization, this is very important. They do not have polling agents in so many constituencies, at least in the hinterland. You go to Shiroda, Madkai, there were no, and he had 5,000, 4,000 votes. From where? You see, now he spoke about RGP damaging, very true, I have been saying it. I will give you the example in North Goa of Santandre constituency. Santandre constituency, there is a RGP MLA. Congress was third last time in the assembly election. This time Congress is first, BJP is second, and RGP is third. So whose vote did RGP take?
In Lok Sabha?
Lok Sabha, no. This Lok Sabha election. Similarly, everywhere you see RGP's votes in Sakeli, where there is Congress, as I told you, there were no polling agents there. So, however, the myth that because of the minority community, South one is absolutely wrong. Now, you having spoken about, is there anything, because North Goa has gone one-sided, absolutely. Reasons are plenty one can give. Is there anything that your analytical eye catches? What happened in North Goa?
Yeah, very interesting. In fact, I had not done North Goa analysis because it was just like you had an impression, all of us will have that impression. It was completely one-sided election, right? Today morning I got up at 7 o'clock and sat down just to analyze, and not fully analyze, but what I got, the results were really shocking. They're really shocking. I need to analyze it further. But what happens, numbers fool you many times. You can't go by numbers. You have to go by percentage. Because last time our voting चड जालो. So this time there was more voting in South Goa as well as in North Goa. This time almost 8,000, no, sorry, 80,000 people voted. Sorry, not 80,000. 18,000. 18,000 more people voted. And it is distributed in all the assembly segments. So then you can't go by numbers. Are itli votes चड मेळ्ळी. Like you were telling me about Santanre. Santanre, even this time, BJP got 5,500
votes.
Yeah, 5,599, 38% votes. And Congress also got 38% votes. But that was 5,675. But the largest number was 23% by RGP. Okay, now these RGP votes can be BJP votes and Congress votes, both. But more than that, the interesting thing is Shripad Naik got 57% votes in 2019 election. And in 2024 also he got 57% votes. Yeah. Same. Percentage is same. Okay. नंबरांचेर तो आयलो आनी कितें बाकीच सगळें हें जालें. But let me give you an interesting thing. It was only in MAPSA he got 56% in 2019 and 57% in this election. Okay, because percentage cut करना तुका exact हे मेळटा. In Porvorim from 58% to 61%, 3% more votes he got. In Valpoi, Vishwajit Rane's constituency, sweep आणि कितें अशें तरेची. From 66% to 69%. Only 3% more votes he got this time. The major thing was Taligaon was from 43% to 50%, almost 7%. In Sankhli it was from 64% to 80%. In Porvorim it was 68% to 80%. That's all. That's all. Now let me tell you how many less percentage of votes he got in North Goa. Mandaria from 62 to 53. Perne from 70 to 56. Now, this you understand, no? 2019 to 2024. Bicholi 66%, both the times. Thimi 54 to 53. Shivoli 49 to 46. Saligaon 54%. 54. Kalangut from 41 to 39%. Kalangut Congress got a lead. Porvorim, I told you. Aldona 49 to 46. Okay. Aldona also Congress got lead.
100
but Shripad Naik got less percentage of votes. Panji 42 to Panji he got more, 42 to 54. So that is quite a bit. Santa Cruz 58 to 40. Santa Cruz again Congress got lead. Santanre 35 to 38, little bit more. Kumbarzua 61 to 47%. Shripad Naik lives in Kumbarzua constituency. Remember? Sapedra. His son is also now in active politics in that saying ZP and all. But just see, from 61% to 47%. So Kumbarzua 61 to 47%, Maye 68 to 66%, Prior 67 from 63%. So see the thing, we feel that okay, it was a sweep. It was not a sweep in that sense. Okay, and Congress got more votes. Now Mandre, we feel that अरे Mandre खलोबा कमी बोलली मरे Mandre is his constituency, but actually percentage wise Khalap's lead was Khalap's this thing rise was from 30 to 36%, Panji from 31 to 40%. Okay, so Congress got a little bit of more votes. RGP, RGP's of course the biggest number was Santan at 23%. Briol 20% votes. RGP took 20%. In Kumbarzoa 12%. In Maya 11%. Now Maya is an interesting part because this time they said that Bhandari versus Maratha will be the politics. Because Shripad Naik belongs to Bhandari and Khalap belongs to Maratha. And I have been saying consistently that caste or religion doesn't matter in Goa's election. They are not like North India. Okay, Yadavs, Maharashtra, there are Marathas. This kind of thing doesn't happen in Goa. Why I am saying Maye? Because in Maye, of course, the Bhandari community is the largest community among Hindus in Goa. Some people say 45%, some people say 50%, or some people say 55% also. There is no proper survey conducted also. But Maye is the largest among all, where there is real sizable Bhandari community, nearly 50% or more than 50%. Okay, in Maye, RGP got 11%. And in Kalangut, RGP got 10%. In Shivoli, RGP got 16%. In Thivi, they got 15%. And in Pedne, they got 18%. Pedne, there was a strong anti-Shripad wave because of no employment even after MOPA. I had been there and I had spoken to the people. And they were dead against Shripad because he did nothing for the employment of the people, which was promised. Okay, so I don't know, maybe these kind of factors we have to. In Manare, again, 10% of votes. In Saligaon, 8%. In Taligaon, 7%. In Santa Cruz, 9%. So these are RGP votes. So this RGP has in a way damaged BJP in North Goa also, just not in South Goa. That is what I found out about North Goa today morning.
So finally, can you try to pinpoint basically why the voting went? If it is not caste, it is not this. What was the reason?
See, I feel
Goa is so small.
Congress
One side goes towards the.
Congress has gone bankrupt mainly in North Goa. They have no candidate. They can't give one candidate who will be accepted by all, and finally they had to boil down to Khalap, who is a little elder than Shripad. I think, okay, but both have crossed 70s. Khalap is 70, I think. Shripad is maybe a little elder than him. But they have crossed 70. And the old people and the young generation today is almost up to 30 years old, from 18 to 30 is more than 40%. By next election, it will reach 50%. And these people don't even know who Khalap is. Because Khalap is not there in politics for the last, in the limelight.
Correct.
We may know what Khalap was. He was a union minister, he was a very fiery kind of opposition leader and all these things. People don't know. There is no contact, and Congress has no organization. So that is one tragedy of Congress, where people, last election, Trajan, you know, in 2022 assembly election, who was left with Congress? Only 2 MLAs. And only one was contesting. 2 MLAs were Pratap Singh Rane and Digambar Kamal. Pratap Singh Rane didn't contest. Digambar contested, one person, and Congress got 11. Again, I mean, there is an imaginary bird called Phoenix, who rises through ashes. Like that, Congress people just go jump the frogs. I call them jumping frogs. They keep on jumping. And still, in the name of Congress, again, people rise up. So that is the magic of Goa.
Yeah, but sometimes you see a city like Panjim, who has been suffering regarding the smart city, they get vote for BJP. Such a shocking scenario, where you have supposed to be the literate people and the business, commercial people, and this is for finally the voter also is.
See, Kashin not there. Kashin, smart city, like I live in Taligaon, and once I went to Thakur's petrol pump Suddenly I went that side maybe a month back. आणि तो म्हाका म्हणपालो सर तूं खंय रे साहेब नाच मरे आतां दिसली सोडून गेलो म्हणून पडये हांव म्हणलें ना रे बिकॉज ऑफ स्मार्ट सिटी आय डोंट कम दीस सायड सो लॉंग आय हॅड नॉट गॉन देर जाल्यार रेग्युलर पेट्रोल घालपाक वचपी थंय अशी थंयची परिस्थिती आशिल्ली बट त्याच बरोबर कितें आसा पीपल नो दॅट वॉट इज हॅपनिंग इज गूड कळ्ळें न्ही रस्ते बरे जातात सगळी कितें ती हें सारकी जाग्यार घालता ड्रेनेज जाग्यार घालता हें जाग्यार घालता दी वे दे हॅव मॅनेज्ड इट पीपल आर फेड अप देर इज नो कंप्लीट मिसमॅनेजमेंट सामकें सो तशे तरेची म्हणजे हांवें एक फावट फेसबुकाचेर हें घाल्लें दॅट आमची स्मार्ट सिटी झगझगता झगझगता न्ही आमी झगझगता म्हणटात लायट हें बी जाता तेन्ना बरें तें झगझगता पूण आमची स्मार्ट सिटी झगझगता सगळी अशी सो ते काल पसून जालो म्हाका आय वॉन्टेड टू गेलो रे रस्तो बंद दिसता परत आयलो ह्या वटेन गेलो मुखार तो रस्तो बंद मागीर परत हांगच्यान सो ह्या गजालीक लोक वाजेल्यात पूण जंय काम जालां तें काम बरें जालां सो ते स्मार्ट सिटीचो इश्यू बीजेपीक हातूंतची लोकसभा इलेक्शन इन गोवा नाव डेज देर वॉज अ टायम युअर टायम जेन्ना रिजनल पार्टीज इट वॉज इदर MGP ऑर UGP अशे तरेचे आशिल्ले ते कळ्ळें न्ही जेन्ना नेहरू वॉज द बॉस ऑफ द कंट्री आनी वी वेर रूल्ड बाय द सेंटर एट दॅट टायम वी वेर इलेक्टींग दी रिजनल MPs regional party MPs. And Jenna after 87, when we became state, that time now we are not regional issues, but national issues are becoming the main issues. So it is election, Lok Sabha election is held on national issues.